Hello everyone. So for the month of June, I am posting mindfulness activities on Instagram, and I figured I would make a video and go through some of the mindfulness activities to put on YouTube. So the first mindfulness activity is going to be the 5-second breath. So you're going to inhale and count to 5, exhale, count to 5. And you want to do that a few times and just focus on your breath. Try not to focus on anything around you. And then the next one is you're going to ground through your feet. So this is best done barefoot, but if you need to wear socks or shoes, that's okay too. What you want to do is you want to stand outside on carpet, on grass, on concrete, maybe on small pebbles. You want to stand somewhere where you can feel what's underneath you, and then you want to close your eyes and focus on what is underneath your feet. The next one is going to be name 5 things that you can see. Sometimes I like to associate a color to this. Like I'll say, okay, what are 5 purple things that I can see, or 5 pink things that I can see? A lot of times I like to do color walks as well, where you go on a walk, but before you leave, you pick a color, and then you go through that walk and count all of the things of that color. That helps you be in the moment. All right, and then the next mindfulness activity is going to be conscious breathing. So again, you're just going to close your eyes and focus on your breathing. You don't have to count, you don't have to do deep breaths, just focus on your normal breathing pattern. All right, and then the next one is you want to do a body scan check-in. So you want to sit down or stand up if that's more comfortable for you. And you just want to go from head to toe and feel any tension or anything like that and try to relax it. Like if you have tension in your shoulders, try to relax your shoulders. If you're clenching your jaw, unclench your jaw. All right, and then the next one is mindful listening. You can do this with a YouTube video, with a TV show, or with your partner or a friend. What you want to do though is you want to completely focus on what is being said. You can also just do this without a conversation and just focus on the sounds around you. Maybe you're sitting outside and you can hear the birds. Maybe you're inside and you can hear the washing machine. So it doesn't always have to be a conversation. It can just be the sounds around you as well. And then for the next mindfulness activity, you're gonna slow your movements. So for 30 seconds to a minute, you just want to move around intentionally, focus on each step that you take and how that feels. All right, and then the next one is going to be notice your hands. So you're going to feel temperatures, pressure, sensations. Try feeling a towel, try feeling a cold countertop. Water temperature would be good, warm water versus cold water. Just anything that you're doing with your hands. I like to do this a lot when I'm doing dishes. It helps me focus on the moment. And I think about, the soap on my hands and the dish rag that I'm using, the dish that I'm holding, and the water temperature. All right, and then the next one is you want to observe without judgment. So you want to notice the thoughts that you're having, but try to pause and let them pass. So you don't have to harp on a thought, you can just let it move forward. All right, and the next one is the reset pause. So what you're gonna do is in between activities, you're just gonna sit for 30 seconds to a minute, maybe even a couple minutes if you would like, and you're just gonna take a few deep breaths in between the activities. All right, and then you're gonna sit down and focus on feeling your breath. So this can be your normal breathing pattern, or it could be deep breathing if you would like to do that. All right, and the next one is you want to label the moment. So as you're doing an activity or hanging out with friends or something like that, you want to think about what you're thinking, what you're feeling, and what you may be planning. So in this moment of doing dishes, are you planning on what you need to do in the future? Are you just sitting there feeling what you're doing in the present? Are you maybe thinking about something from the past? You want to try to label your moment so that you can stay present. All right, and then the next one is mindful walking. You really want to pay attention to how your foot is hitting the ground. Are you walking, heel to toe? Are you walking fast? Are you walking slow? You really just want to be mindful of how you're walking. And then the next mindfulness activity is going to be soften your shoulders. A lot of us carry a lot of tension in our shoulders. So it's nice to just sit and relax your shoulders sometimes, let them fall, let them rest. All right, and then the next mindfulness activity is going to be taking a break from multitasking. You want to just focus on one task. You don't have to be doing numerous things at once. We can just take a moment and do one small task. A lot of times this can help us from not feeling overwhelmed. If we're just focusing on one task and getting that task done, we're not overwhelmed by the thought of all the other tasks that we're trying to do. All right, and then the next mindfulness activity is going to be notice your surroundings. So you want to notice the light, textures nearby, colors that you may see. All right, that is the first half of the mindful activities, and I will make another video with the second half of the mindfulness activities.